So today I'm doing something a little bit different from my other long form videos, but for this one, basically a while ago, a couple weeks ago, I saw this video where the person was picking their top 10 girl groups and then ranking them in different categories. Now, I'm not sure if they're the original creator of the concept of that format or what, but it was the first time that I saw it. I'm gonna link that video that I saw down below in the description in case you wanna look at that one as well. And I thought it'd be super fun to do mine too. First off, though, disclaimer, I just want to clarify this is purely my taste and not a commentary on whether these groups are good or not, or if they're better than others. I will never hate or trash talk any groups in this channel. Ever. Okay? I enjoy discussing my favorite things and find it interesting how people have different tastes and opinions on things. I find that fun, okay? So, let's just have fun, yeah? I struggle to pick which ones to put here. Even right now while recording this, I keep thinking I should have put other groups, but it is what it is. It is done. At number 10, I put XG. I decided to leave them at 10 just because at the end of the day, my thing with this group is that even though I basically love every song from them, like almost every song, I, for some reason, still have no attachment to the members. They're great. And I love the concept of the group. I love their music videos so much. I just haven't gotten that attachment to the members. In fact, I still haven't gotten to learning all the members' name. So for that reason, I felt like I needed to put them then at number 10. Then at number 9, I have New Jeans. I didn't like them at the beginning. It wasn't until Cool With You came out that I got on board. And even more recently with How Sweet, that's when I finally was like, okay, I'm getting to New Jeans. I'm getting to New Jeans. But basically, with New Jeans, my thing is, and the reason why it took me so long to get to know them more, is that every song, like, I think there's only been 2 songs from the discography that I've listened to and liked from first listen. Every single song besides those 2, I didn't like at first. And then suddenly, a week later, I have it stuck in my head. Like how? Why? I didn't like it. Why do I have it stuck in my head for the whole day? That's why eventually, especially How Sweet came out, and I liked it at first listen. And I was like, okay, let me go back and listen to the rest of their songs. And I'm like, yeah, I like this and I like this and I like this. It's like an acquired taste. But I have accepted it now, and I'm on board.
Yeah, hold on.
In number 8, I have Baby Monster. I wouldn't normally put a new group here just because for the purposes of this kind of video, they don't have that many songs. In general, I wait for new groups to just have a little bit more of a discography to like be comfortable in saying, yeah, I really like them. They're gonna be one of my favorites. I'm gonna stand them. So normally wouldn't have put them here, but I still wanted to include them just because I am already so attached to them and I barely know them. And the one thing with them that I love so much is how they perform. In fact, the reason why I finally decided to check them out was around the time that Ion was getting a lot of hate for her performing, and I was like, so basically, y'all telling me I should check them out. And the way that Baby Monster performs is the way that I love performances. And because of that, I just immediately fell in love with them. I really did. So I felt like I had to put them here, even though they don't have that large of a discography. And I'll keep looking out for them and everything they do in the future. I'm so excited for their next album, EP, whatever it is. Then at number 7, I have Blackpink, In Your Area. I feel like I forget a lot of times that I love them so much. And I blame YG for that. That's what happens when you have such long periods of inactivity, especially when during that time, let's be real, I wasn't that into K pop as I am now. Blackpink was like one of the first groups that I followed when I started getting into K-pop. So I guess that's why like I forget that I love them so much until I go and listen to their music, remember their concert, see news of the members, and I'm always like so hyped up. And I remember that I do really love them so much. I love their discography, I love the members. But in the end, I put them number 7 because for the following groups, they've been more active. I've been like more into those fandoms. Yeah, no matter what, Blackpink will always be special. At number 6, it's IVE. Basically, I've been a casual listener. With every comeback, I've liked them more, but still stayed as a casual listener until I started making the ranking for this video. There was just something that I just couldn't get into them. But I think the closest theory that I could have if is that I felt like, yeah, initially I liked their songs, but after a little while, I got tired of their songs, so that's why like they weren't higher for me. But through this process, I realized that it's just that IVE seems to be a B-sides group for me. Their title tracks I do like, but not as much as their B-sides. They have so many songs that I love so much, and a lot of like my top favorites from them are B-sides. And that's it. And I'm sorry. I just didn't really know the members. This is one group that I really had a tough time discerning the members and learning their names. There was just something that I just could not remember the names. But I'm so sorry, I'm here, I'm on board. I'm sorry that I was just so dead as wrong. Kitty, kitty, kiss me. Next, at number 5, we've got Stacy Girls. It's going down. Yeah, Stacy, I've been loving them for a while. They're not higher just because the teddy bear and bubble eras just weren't for me. So I kind of took a mini vacation, and then I was back on board with Shiki Aisatang. It grew on me. It grew on me, and I really like it. I really like it. But also the album. My only complaint with that last album is the overuse of autotune. They really do not need that. So that's my only gripe with that last album. Cause still I pretty much overall really liked it. I love them since the beginning. I took a small break and then I'm back with them. And that's why they're number 5. Number 4 is gonna go to Dreamcatcher. So, this is one of the other groups that got me into K pop, and I really got even more into them during the pandemic. They're one of the first group that I started standing, as in like watching their extra content, learning about the members, and all of that. They're not higher just because there were a couple comebacks that just I wasn't that into them, but particularly the B sides, I didn't really like them. So there were maybe like 2, 3 comebacks where I just wasn't feeling it, right? I've been with them for a long time. I cried when they finally got their first win. I'm gonna go to their concert finally for the first time, and I'm so excited. Number 3, it's Aespa. And again, kind of. The only reason they're not higher, I was gonna be even more into them if only I had enjoyed more their last album. And that's okay. That's okay. But even though that last album was like that for me, it does have my favorite song from them. Like doing this ranking, I finally decided this is my favorite Aespa song, and it's in that album. So, you know, you get some, you lose some, you get some, you get some, so you lose some. However that phrase goes. But yeah, I love their concept. I love everything they bring to the table, their sound, the members. I still love them, and I'm here for them. I'm excited for Whiplash. At number 2, I have Le Seraphim. Listen, I have such a love for this group, and it is mainly because their discography it's for me, in the sense that there are very few songs that I don't like from them. I love almost everything, and I love the members so much. My religion, it is indeed Shawanism. I've been obsessed with them since Anti Fragile, and they haven't disappointed me so far. And that's the thing with this group, it's just not the discography and the members. I also love their concept, their choreographies. There are so many parts on their title tracks, on their comebacks, and even on some of their B-sides that just live rent free in my head. Whether that be a choreography move, a part from a music video, a lyric, like a part of their song, it just lives rent free in my head. Their styling, I really love. Their concepts on their albums. This whole crazy era just solidified it even more. And the other thing is, if I have fun watching you perform, that's a big plus for me. And that's how I feel about them. I noticed that I always have fun watching them perform. I have fun with them. Period. And finally, number 1, it's gonna go to NMIXX Change Up. Such queens. Like, I cannot express enough how much I love them. I love them so much. And I've been so obsessed with them recently, especially recently. I love the members. I love this group. I love their concept. I love their videos. I love everything. And they're so good performing. For sure, they're one of my top groups. I'm a Multistan, and I'm gonna say it. They're my second group of like me fully standing, as in I want to collect their albums, I want to watch all their variety shows, and I've loved them since Love Me Like This, and I've been following them, but the obsession and the love didn't grow that hard until Dash. And then we'd see that it just grew even more. And it keeps growing. And I already saw a video, one of those of that introduces the members just to get to know a little bit more about each member. And that's like the final step to me. When you go and watch those videos, and soon I will watch the lore video that I found, that's how you know that you're in deep. And oh, and their discography, bro. I think I only dislike like what 2 3 songs, if any. I need their tour yesterday. Yesterday. And the first category, I need to look that up, is gonna be their debut tracks, which was the easiest ranking to do. Not gonna lie. Alright, number 10. I have XG Tippy Toes. It's alright. You know, I liked it from the get-go, but it's nothing super memorable to me. Number 10. New Jeans, Attention. Like I said, I didn't really like their music at the beginning. It's grown on me, but I just think they have much better songs. Then goes to Admix OO. Again, yes, I was one of those that didn't like it, and I still don't really like it that much. It's grown, but it's not my favorite. Number 7, I've 11. Don't kill me, alright? I know this song was huge when it came out, but I've never really liked it that much. It's the pre-chorus, which I know is like the kind of the point of the song, but it does bother me. Number 6, Dreamcatcher, Chase Me. I wasn't there for when this came out for their debut, but correct me if I'm wrong. No one didn't like them back then, right? Number 5, Le Seraphim, Fearless. I remember liking this from the get-go. It's good, it's okay. Mine have some extra love for it because of that music show performance where you can hear every single breath that they make, and I absolutely love it. Next, number 4 is gonna be for Baby Monster, Bought It Up. I thought I didn't care for this for a while. Even like the other day, I was thinking that I didn't like it that much. For this ranking video, I re-listened to it and I was like, hold up, I really like this. And I put it number 4. So yeah, I actually really like it. Then number 3 is gonna be Blackpink, Kumbaya, classic, period. Number 2, Stacy, So Bad. This was such a solid debut. It's still, quite honestly, one of my favorite tracks from them to these days. And finally, number 1 is of course Aespa's Black Mamba. Come on, they just popped off. They came and they ate so bad. No pun intended, actually. I just realized that. This was so good and it's still one of their best tracks. Alright, next we'll be ranking these groups' most recent comeback at the moment of filming this. Last place, Blackpink Shutdown. It wasn't for me. I actually didn't like it at first. It took a while to grow on me. Next, at number 9, Baby Monster, Forever. I wasn't sure if I should put Forever or Sheesh, but either way, they would have been in this position because they're not my favorite tracks from Baby Monster. Number 8 is gonna be Dreamcatcher, Justice. This was so good. I honestly got chills the first time that I listened to it. And the performances, Sua did such an amazing job, and I'm still shook about that. But overall, I think it hasn't stood the test of time. I don't listen to it as much now. Then number 7 is gonna go to Stacy Cheeky Eyes Thing. I wasn't sure if I liked it, if I didn't. The next day, I had it stuck in my head, so it grew super quickly for me. At the end of the day, I realized that I do really love it. It has many parts for me that I like in songs. Number 6 is gonna be Ives Hey Ya. I actually was very obsessed with this song when it came out, and I love the music video so much. But again, I'm not as obsessed as I was, but I still really like it. Next up is gonna be for XG Something Ain't Right. I love this immediately. The song, the video, everything. And I still do. Solid track, very fun, no notes. And it's See That, which I did like. I just wasn't super in love. It did grow a bit, but it's still not my most favorite. What got me going with this song that had me like going back to it and listening to it so much, besides, watching their performances, is the bridge. Like that whole last part where they're all harmonizing, and the choreography where they like go down to the floor. Number 3, Aespa Armageddon. Listen, the thing is, I'm Team Supernova, but Armageddon is still good. It's still solid track. It's still amazing, and I love it. Actually, didn't like it the first time I listened to it. It definitely grew on me, but I got there. I got there eventually, and now it's one of my favorite tracks. Number 2, it is New Jeans. How Sweet. It was How Sweet that got me into like going back and re-listen to New Jeans discography. I was so obsessed immediately. This song has such a firm grip on me. I don't know why. My friends don't know why. I'm still obsessed. This every time this comes up, I just get pumped up. Please send help. But then, number 1 is gonna be Le Seraphim, Crazy. Yeah, they ate. They ate. This track, this song is so fire. This song is so fire. The music video is so good. The whole era is so good. The album is a masterpiece. From the choreo to lyric parts, the concepts, the fashion, everything is so good. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it to be like specifically for me, but they do. Favorite title track. The hardest thing to do for this one was just determining and finding out which songs were the title tracks, what I would consider to be a title track. Anyways, let's go with number 10, Baby Monster, Bottled Up. Listen, they were a bit higher earlier, but as far as for my favorite title tracks, I kinda had to pick this one. But then, at number 9, Stacy, Run to You. This was one of my favorite songs ever for a long time. It is still such a banger. Now at number 8, I've Either Way. This is the first IVE song that made me go from casual listener to paying a bit more attention. I've never been able to explain why I loved this song so much, but I remember it made me tear up. Every time it comes up, I have to stop everything and just close my eyes and sing and be in my feels. Now, number 7, I put XG Shooting Star. Again, I just really love their music. Most of it are just bops for me. Number 6, Blackpink, Kill This Love. Come on, this was revolutionary and still the best, along with their other revolutionary tracks. But number 5, Dreamcatcher Scream, which is also another classic and revolutionary track. To this day, I still get goosebumps when I watch this music video or when I watch performances, when I listen to it. It blew my mind then. Like, I can't believe this song exists out there in the world. Next, number 4, I mean, New Jeans How Sweet. Yeah, like, it's my favorite. I love it. Again, like I said, I don't know why I'm so obsessed with this. Please send help. I genuinely don't know why. I am asking for psychological intervention here. Please. This top 3 gave me such a headache to rank. I kept rearranging them. At the end of the day, they're all actually number 1. I don't care. Number 3, Anit's Dash. Every part of this song is just so good. I genuinely believe this song wouldn't be what it is for me if that second pre-chorus that Jiwoo does didn't slow down the way it does. It took me so much by surprise, and I love surprises. Okay, but number 2, it's La Seraphim and the Fragile. My obsession with the Seraphim started with Antifragile, and it is still one of their best, if not their best, starter track. The way that I had this on repeat for such a long time, and I'm still not tired of it. You cannot not dance to it, or at the very least, bob your head. So many parts are so iconic to me, both like in the song itself and the choreography. Number 1 has to be Aespa Supernova. This is the track that is like my favorite Aespa song ever. I loved this song from the first time I listened to it. I love the music video, but what solidified it even more is that I watched them live at the Crazy K-pop concert, and out of the 5 tracks that they played that night, this was the better one. Live, it's even more fun. Like, the energy that this song gives, it's not just the Aespa members giving it their all for this track. It's also just the song itself lends itself to be such an energy fueled song to live through in life. Am I making sense at all? And that's why it's better than Armageddon for me. This was the hardest one to do. It's the B-sides. It was hard in 2 ways. Because of the amount of B-sides that are out there. Obviously, it's gonna be a lot more than title tracks. But also, the struggle I went through to pick just one? Just one? Why did I choose to do this video, actually? This was torture. And lastly, because there are basically 2 kinds of songs for me that I tend to love, and those 2 kinds are very, very different from each other. So I find it really hard to choose one over the other because they're just completely different vibes. Blackpink, You Never Know. This is one of those tracks that I don't really know why exactly I love it so much, but I fell for it from the moment that I listened to it when the album came out. That love has never gone out. It is a special song for me. Then at number 9, Stacy Young Love. Again, yes, this is another one. And maybe you can start seeing the pattern here. But this is another one that I don't know why I love it so much. Until recently, I've gone throughout my life always saying that I don't like slow-ish sort of ballads songs, but turns out that I'm just kind of picky. But when I do like one, boy, do I really like them. Like, not like, boy, do I really love them. My gosh, just head over heels. Number 8, I put Dreamcatcher in the Frozen. There is another B-side that I've always thought of as one of my favorites, along with In the Frozen. It's Silent Night, and if you've listened to both tracks, you will know that they're pretty much kind of the same kind of song, like the same genre. I would put them in the same genre. Between the two, I just chose this one, and this is a side of Dreamcatcher that I really love a lot, so I had to put it here. Number 7, I put Aespa, Welcome to My World. But for this one, I do know why I love it. It is about how cinematic it sounds to me and makes you feel so much and so big that you're floating, full of feels. I hope that makes sense to someone out there. And then the fact that as the track keeps going, it seems to add more and more to it until at the end there's like an epic culmination. Next, it is NMIXX, Love is Lonely. Yeah, NMIXX was the hardest group to pick a B-side from. I was genuinely between like 5 or 6 songs. I ended up picking this one because of the feelings that it gave me when I first listened to it. It made me legit tear up the first time just listening to it, and then I looked up the lyrics and teared up again. I don't know why, but that's what it did for me. Every time I listen to it, it sends me to heaven. Number 5, it is XG Girl Given, their best bop amongst bops. Number 4, New Jeans Ditto. This one took its time to be in my list, but only because I wasn't really paying attention to New Jeans when this came out. I really love it a lot. It's, I don't know, something about it is just very satisfying to listen to. Number 3 is gonna be I've Blue Heart. When the group in of itself is a B-side group for you, how the heck do you pick just one? My gosh, just like with MX, I had like 5-6 different songs to pick from that I didn't know which one to pick. And this sort of track, like this is an example of the kind of song that I will immediately like. Like this, yeah, this is the perfect example of that. But yeah, chef's kiss, so good. Number 2, a bit of a wild card, Baby Monster, Like That. It is my favorite song from Baby Monster, and I like it this much. But here we go again. Say it with me. I don't know why I love this song so much, but I do. Boy, do I do. I'm so obsessed. And number 1, of course, it is La Seraphim, Eve, Psyche, and the Bluebeard's wife. It couldn't be any other. This is my type of song. I love this. I remember gasping watching the music video when it came out, just listening to the song and watching the performance and the video and the choreography. Another track of La Seraphim. Again, this is one of the reasons why I love them. They have so many moments in so many different songs that just live rent-free in my mind in every single way. Concept, choreography, music video, the song. Favorite album. Let's start. Last, I put Baby Monster, and I mean, this is the one and only album. Well, EP. Isn't it even a miracle that they have an EP already being this new and coming from YG? Next, at number 9, I have XG's New DNA. I wish they'd stop with releasing so many singles that will eventually show up in their next EP or album. Most of this album were singles that I had already had on repeat. So by the time the album comes out, I don't really feel that much like excitement. And like there's still really good songs, but just as an album overall, for that reason, they're here. Number 8, New Jeans Get Up. The thing is, Get Up and ASAP or ASAP, whatever, they sound great, but I wish they would have done a bit more with them. Like, Get Up is barely a song at all, and ASAP is a neargasm, first of all, but it's also the same eargasm, like 15-20 seconds. Why? Like, you could have done so much more with this soundscape. Following up, at number 7, I put Dreamcatcher, Dystopia, the Tree of Language. I knew I had to put this album because it's an album that it's always in like my mind and in my memory. It's special to me. It was one of the first albums that I fully experienced when I started listening K-pop, when I started getting into K-pop. And yeah, I always remember it fondly and having fun with it. Number 6, I have StacyYoungLove.com. This is one album. It doesn't have intros or outros. It doesn't have short songs, whatever. These are 6 very solid tracks. Not one song is similar to another, but still, to me, it's all very cohesive. At number 5, it's Aespa Drama. These are solid songs. The era, I remember being pretty iconic. I enjoy the concept. Number 4, it's gonna go for Blackpink, the album. This is another album that is just special to me. First of all, because of the miracle that we finally got a Blackpink album. Come on. And the fact that it was so good, I remember having this album on repeat after it came out. Number 3, to I've Mine. Like I mentioned with Either Way was the first IVE song that I got obsessed with, and this is the album therefore that got me more into IVE. Yes, I was a casual listener, but it's like that casualness had levels. And then with each level, I came to this beautiful conclusion that I came to while ranking them, that I actually really like them. And this was the first level. I'm on the next level. Number 2, the Seraphim, Crazy. This album, this whole era will forever be so good and one of the best. How do I express the love that I have for this whole era? And it's just not because of the songs. It's the era as well, the whole marketing around it, the music video, the tracks themselves, the styling, the concepts. It is just so good. I feel like it was made for me in a way. At number 1, I just had to put NMIXX FE304 Break. Something about this album is such a masterpiece. Whenever I think about this album, it makes me feel like there was just so much love and care and expertise put into every minuscule aspect from every single hand that worked on it. It was put into this album, and I'm always just so amazed by the level of quality in this. and how every song is so different from the other in a way, but still, again, so cohesive all together, creating just a beautiful, beautiful work of art. Biases. So, what I did was I will mention them in the same order as my top 10 list is. 10 last but not least from XG. I don't really know all of the members, but I know that Urine, Kokona are the members that I usually like look at the most, and one of the few that I actually know their names and recognize. Then at number 9 with New Jeans, my bias is Honey and also Herring. I don't know them too well, but usually those are the two that I look at the most and caught my attention. Number 8, Baby Monster. As a bias, Ion, thank you, haters, for giving me this bias. As records is either Asa or Ruka. I don't know which one yet, or maybe both of them. Then Blackpink, my bias is Jennie, has always been. I love her so much. And records will be, it really depends on the day. It might be Rosie or Lisa. Number 6 with Ive, my bias is oh god, I should have looked. Okay, I had to stop to actually look up the pronunciations, but still I might not pronounce it too well, so sorry for that. My bias is on Jijin, and then my records would be Wang Young and Iso. I think from this video, what I heard was Iso, so I hope that's correct. Number 5 with Stacy, my bias, which she was a wrecker, and she completely kicked the bias that I used to have with this last era. So now my bias is Sheeun, and my wrecker is Sumin, which Sumin was my bias before. And also Isa. At number 4, with Dreamcatcher, my bias, one of the loves of my life, is you. And then my wreckers will be Yuhyun and Shiyeon. Shiyeon. I can do this. I can do this. Okay. Number 3, I had Aespa, and my bias is Winter, another one of the loves of my life. And my records, I had only Karina, but honestly, there are some days that it is Ning Ning. At number 2 with La Seraphim, my bias is Shewon. Yes, and then my records, Ha Junjin, and also Kachuha. I honestly thought that it was just Kasuha. But also in this last era, in Crazy Era, Unche wrecked me pretty hard. And number 1 with NMIX, my bias is Hewon. One of my records is Sodian. Am I saying that right? Sodian. Sodian. Okay. I think that's right. And then the other record, Kyujin. But honestly, any of the others could wreck me. But overall, these are like the ones that do it the most. All right. Last section, discography. Very simple. Counted every song that I like from their discography and divided that by the total of those songs to get a percentage. So I just put it on in order of percentages from the lowest to the highest. Maybe I missed count one or two songs, but I still think it is close enough. I did count Japanese releases together with the rest. Last, number 10, it's Baby Monster. Again, they don't really have that many songs anyway. Number 9, Dreamcatcher, they have a huge discography, and like I mentioned, there were some eras where the B-sides just weren't for me, and that's why they went down like this discography wise. Number 8, you can see how I thought that maybe I didn't like them as much. They're pretty low on the list. Still, the amount that I like those B-sides is pretty high. This is just counting how many I like and not how much I like. Number 7, New Jeans, pretty good. Number 6, it's Aespa, and I fully blame the Armageddon album. It's so crazy to me that before the Armageddon album, I have like 6 skips, and just in the Armageddon album, there are 4 skips. That is just crazy to me. And well, of course, that made the percent go much lower than it would have been if those didn't exist. Let's be honest. Yeah, then at number 5, Stacy, not bad. And then the Seraphim, that's high as heck. That's pretty good, but not as good as Blackpink. And again, this is when I remember that, hey, I do love Blackpink a lot. XG, and this is why XG for me had to make it on the list. This is a good ratio. This is a good ratio. Top of the top, number 1, and mix. Bruh, that's just 2 songs that I don't like. It's the only group that makes it to the 90s here. Yeah, I think pretty solid that I love MX. And that's it. I wanted to do some additional sections, but I couldn't really think of one that would be good enough. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the way that I did this video. Hope you had fun. Please share in the comments your own ranking. If you want to scream at me or something, that's valid. I would prefer to just have a talk and discuss things. If you want to talk about my choices and how wrong I am, let me know your reasons as to why I'm so wrong. But also, if you agree with me, please let me know. Yeah, let's just share and talk in the comments. Just if you're gonna give criticism, just be constructive about it. There's no reason for hate comments or anything like that. I'm open to any conversation as long as they're respectful. Thank you so much for watching, and I do plan to do one with boy groups next. All right, thank you so much. Bye bye.